All right. First name Sean, S-E-A-N. Last name is De Guzman, spelled with a lowercase d-e, then a space, capital G-U-Z-M-A-N. All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Sean De Guzman. I am the manager of the Snow Surveys and Water Supply Forecasting Unit at the California Department of Water Resources. We're here for our third measurement of the year, which is our March measurement here at the Phillips Station Snow Course. And again, this just represents one out of over 260 different snow courses that are measured statewide by different cooperators of the California Cooperative Snow Surveys program. So for our survey today, we've recorded a snow depth of 116.5 inches and 41.5 inches for snow water content. That results in 177% of average to date and 170% of the April 1 average at this location. We'd like to use the April 1 snow metric because in terms of snow water content, that's typically when our snowpack is at its annual peak each year. In comparison to our automated snow sensor network, our statewide snowpack is sitting at 190% of average as of this morning. I'll go ahead and repeat those numbers. Our survey today recorded a snow depth of 116.5 inches and a snow water content of 41.5 inches. That is 177% of average to date and 170% of the April 1 average. Our statewide snowpack again is at 190% of average based on the automated snow sensor network. So obviously you all saw how hard that took. It was a lot harder, harder sampling conditions than usual, especially with this deep of a snowpack. So, but after almost a month-long dry spell during February, this last week brought a significant amount of rain and snow statewide, especially in the southern and central Sierra Nevada. This snowpack actually rivals 1982 and 83, which is the largest snowpack on record. And in fact, the Southern Sierra is actually still outpacing 1983 to date as of this morning. And that's still with more snow on the way and another month of accumulating snow before we see that peak snowpack. The Southern Sierra actually has almost over 2 years worth of snow waiting to melt with more to come. Right now, statewide, our snowpack is really close to that 1983 total, so one of the largest snowpacks we've seen on record. But we do see a lot bigger snow in the central and southern Sierra, not as much in the northern Sierra. Like I said, that picture isn't as pretty in that northern Sierra and southern Cascades. Right now, it is still above average, but it's nowhere near those record-breaking levels that we are seeing in the southern Sierra. Especially, it's needed in those areas where we have the largest reservoirs here in the state and where a lot of that water is really needed. It's understandable to see, it's understandable that we're all seeing all of this rain and snow and wondering, what does this mean for the drought? We typically wait until later in the rainy season to really assess our water supply outlook. And the precipitation that California's received in the recent days, combined with the 9 atmospheric rivers during December and January, have really helped ease a lot of those drought impacts in different parts of the state. But while it's helped our snowpack and our reservoirs, our groundwater basins are a lot slower to recover. It takes more than a single wet year to really it takes more than a single wet year to really recover a lot of those groundwater basins that have been critically overdrafted for so many years during this drought. The drought impacts really vary by location because California is such a large state. Drought recovery really needs to be evaluated on a regional scale, and it really depends on your local water supply conditions. The governor's February 13th executive order actually directs state agencies to review and provide recommendations on the state's drought response by the end of April, including possibly even terminating specific emergency provisions that are no longer needed. But that's really not until we have a better clarity of what the hydrologic conditions are for the year once we get towards April and the end of April. With that, I'll take any questions. Yeah.
Development with KCRA. So the automated snow sensor network that covers the high Sierra, but we've had a lot of low snow, 3,000 to 5,000 feet in the last week or so. Is that being factored into the snowpack percentage average? I'm assuming that's being factored into your calculations. And if so, how are you tracking that low snow?
Yeah, this is some of the best low snowpack that. Okay, so the question was basically how are we tracking this low elevation snow anywhere, say below 5,000 feet, and is it being taken into account? So, in part way, yes. The thing is that 3,000 to 5,000 feet low to mid elevation snow isn't really snow that we consider, directly correlated with our water supply. That's that snow that will fall and quickly melt, and it isn't really there during those spring and warm summer months when we actually do start filling our reservoirs back up. But we do track it. Some of the lowest snow sensors we have, though, are right around that 5,000, 5,500 foot elevation band. But the thing is that there's either snow there or there's not. So it's really hard to track that. We do have a lot of different spatial snow products that are out there, either with the Airborne Snow Observatory that's measuring snow from an airplane with LiDAR, as well as different satellite products where we do measure that and keep track of how much water is in the snowpack.
Okay, I'm coming at this from a flood control perspective.
Yeah.
Can you comment on, especially Oroville, given the outlook for the next week to 2 weeks and the potential for a warmer storm, how soon may we see releases on Oroville, or what's the outlook there?
Yeah, in terms of, so the question was on flood control, especially here in the next week, if we may see some of these warm storms coming in, especially at Oroville. So at Oroville right now, they are not near their top of conservation line. And so they are actually holding as much water as possible before they actually start encroaching into their flood pool. So at this point, they are still trying to fill up as much as possible. Some of the other reservoirs, though, around the state are really hugging that top of conservation line where they are juggling and walking that fine line between flood control and water supply. So with this warm storm that's coming, a lot of this warm storm will basically melt that low to mid elevation snow that you're talking about, that 3,000 to 5,000 foot elevation band. And we should see an increased amount in runoff, but nothing that the reservoir shouldn't be able to capture. Yeah. Yes.
Meteorologist Brendan Minchep with ABC 10. So just to kind of follow up on that question, how do we feel going forward with several more storms in the forecast, potentially warmer ones? Are we looking at potential for flood risk in the low elevations or even in the valley?
Flood risk is something we're always evaluating. Our partners, our flood operations center is currently always monitoring conditions, and we work hand in hand with the National Weather Service and California Nevada River Forecast Center, as well as the California Office of Emergency Services. So that's something we are keeping an eye on throughout the day, through the weekend. But in terms of that, rain on snow event, that's something that we are watching. Right now, that storm is generating a lot of interest, but at this point, it needs to be really warm to actually melt a lot of that snow, and that rain has to be really warm. Luckily for us, a lot of the modeling that we have been doing with a lot of this emerging technology, we're able to model this snowpack, and this snowpack is a cold snowpack right now, right? We don't actually start melting snow typically till April 1, so if we have a cold snowpack, it takes a lot of energy to actually warm this thing up and actually generate a lot of runoff. So that's why you don't really see a lot of that snowmelt runoff or rain on snow where you generate a lot of runoff in this elevation band. It's more below that 5,000 foot range. So, but still in the foothills, that's something to watch out for. Anytime you see high water, turn around, don't drown. But yeah, hopefully I answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Michelle, one more time, could you talk a little bit how this year compares to that 1982-83 record winner?
Yeah, so 1982 and 83 was the largest snowpack on record in the northern and central Sierra. However, not a lot of people know this, but 1969 was actually the biggest snowpack on record for the southern Sierra. But statewide, 1983 was actually the biggest on record. So in terms of 1983, the statewide, our snowpack is hovering just below that 1983 line right now. With the next few storms here throughout this month, we could actually surpass that, and that's something that we're going to be looking out for by the time we get to April 1. But in terms of the southern Sierra, like I mentioned, that is far outpacing 1983 at this point. It's been outpacing 1983 since about mid-January.
What about the 69 record? Is it near
1969 in the south, I'd have to double check. We don't have as much data, obviously, because it was so far back, about 54 years. But all that data is based off snow course data. But some of the stories I'm hearing from some of our crews that are out there, there are some pretty epic snowpacks. In fact, some of our snow gaugers that are out in Sequoia National Park were extracted by the Navy via helicopter yesterday because the conditions were so harsh. So that's something that we are currently watching right now. Yeah.
A little bit more about how, so when this snowpack melts, what do you expect to see in the reservoirs, and what this will do for drought conditions moving forward?
Yeah, so in terms of, so the question was, great snowpack, but what about the runoff? What about the forecast? How's that runoff actually going to translate to the reservoirs? So that's the other part of my job, other than snow surveys, is the water supply forecasting. So our team is, always crunching the numbers, and we're really just kind of data geeks. But all of the water supply forecasts are on the up right now. They are well above average, similar to what you see here. Last I saw, I think our forecasts were hovering, upwards of 150% of average, depending on where you're looking, especially in the central and southern Sierra. However, water supply forecasts, into Lake Shasta, not doing so well, especially Lake Trinity, not doing so well. Lake Shasta is 4.5 million acre feet, and it's going to take a lot of snow melt to fill that thing back up, especially as well as Lake Trinity. So, but everything other than that, south of, say, the Yuba watershed, south of I-80, the Sierras down, looks like a really good snowpack so far with really promising conditions. Obviously, it's up to the reservoir operators to do what their jobs in terms of filling up their reservoirs and mitigating flood risk. But there is a good chunk of snowpack out there, and it's something that we should all be excited about at this point.
So do we feel that Shasta and Trinity will fill or get close to it, or are we looking at a not quite?
That's a harder question to answer. We're still, like I said, a month out. We got to wait for those snowmelt to really show up and see how efficient is this runoff actually going to be, because that was one of the issues a couple years ago. But then again, with an above average snowpack, we hope we get an above average runoff, but it really depends on what the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation is doing at their reservoirs. Good. All right, well, that concludes our snow survey here for our March measurement at Phillips Station. We plan to be out here for the critical April 1 measurements. I believe we're tentatively planning for Monday, April 3rd. Thanks.
Any plans to be up here in May?
Yes.